Unlike a lot of other things that I've attempted to write, the Dogstone wasn't enormously difficult to write. It was labour intensive, and it took a lot of work to get it done. But there were no enormous difficulties that I can recall. The most difficult part, really, and this isn't anything to do with writing in a sense, is been waiting for it to go onto the stage.
Writing the play initially was actually surprisingly easy. It was very enjoyable. I think coming up with a plot was like pulling teeth, but the rest of it kind of was fairly easy. It's been this rewriting process because you've got lots of different people in the room and they say, oh, I think that it would be better if she did this, and if you cut that line, and somebody sitting next to, and then Dominic says, no, better if you did that, and then your head starts to spin because you start hearing all this conflicting information, you're not sure. Because obviously I've got zero experience, so you think, well, they must know better.
The people that have helped this play get onto the stage have been very sympathetic to what I've been trying to do. There used to be people in the past that would read the play and would give me advice, which I was grateful for, but it was as if they were trying to get me to write a different play. But John and Francis and Dominic, they know what I'm trying to do, and they're helping me achieve it. And you know, they're making the play better along the way.
I've only been going to the theatre for about 3 years. I'd never done any writing at all. I kind of had a big kind of notion to do something creative, but that's just because I think MD was a kind of boring job. They just kind of fantasise about writing a novel or something like that. But and I'd went to the Edinburgh Festival in about 2006, so a load of shows. Most of them weren't very good. Just thought I'd give that a go. So I just went and bought a couple of books on playwriting, and I sat down and wrote Mr. Rotation Short.
I decided to train myself as a playwright by reading, by writing, by... I kind of decided, I used to write things and I would never finish them, and I decided, right, everything I start I'm going to finish, and I'm going to teach myself how to write plays just through writing. And that took an awful long time, but I think for me it was worth doing. For other people it might not be, but that was the way I felt I had to do it. I wanted to really be kind of grounded in what I was doing.
So I just went into Playwright Studio Scotland, and I waited for a long time, and I thought, well, nothing's happening with that, and I went and bought some other things. And about a year later I got a phone call from the National Theatre of Scotland asking me to take part in a jamboree. So it was a bit surreal, because obviously I thought nobody was interested in this, and then all of a sudden I walk in and it's like Dominic Hill and like Colin, the guy off of Taggart, and Ryan Fletcher and stuff, they're reading my play, and I thought it's very, very odd. It was really exciting. It was a lot of fun.
As the NTS took this kind of under their wing, as it were, for a workshop, I heard about that back in February. John phoned me up. He'd read The Dogstone several years before, and he'd been very supportive of it, and he'd helped advise me on changes and this, that and the other. And then he went away to Payne's Plough. And when he came back to Scotland, I got in touch with him, because I was kind of, to be honest with you, I was a bit at my wit's end with The Dogstone. I thought, where are we going to go with this? And I thought, well, I'll get in touch with John to see if he's got any advice. You know, would a public reading be to any purpose? What should I do next? I was actually at the point of trying to save up and put it on myself, which I'm glad I didn't do, you know. But anyway, John said, email it through to me, and I'll see what happens, you know. And then a few months later, he said, we're going to do some work on this in the Writers' Jamboree that the NTS had in February. And then a month later, I heard it was going to go on.
It was intimidating as well, because obviously I'd never had any exposure to this. I'd never heard anybody read it aloud either. So in a lot of it, when you hear it read aloud by actors, it sounds absolutely awful. But I mean, I made huge changes to it after that. It was incredibly helpful just to hear the actors, just to hear professional actors read the lines and all the suggestions. Because I felt a bit stupid as well, because they were asking, I hadn't looked at the play for quite a long time, and they were asking me things, and Dominic was asking me, well, why does she say that, and what happened before this? But I thought, I don't know. I just sat down and wrote it. I've got no idea.
It's difficult, and sometimes the challenges are really annoying. but if you go through a really tough spell where you're really trying to get something to work and you suddenly feel that it's working, it's just the most amazing feeling.
I think obviously sitting in the rehearsals, I thought it would also be quite dull to hear, for the actors as well, to just say the same lines 20 times. But it's incredible the way how many different ways you can say a simple line. or you can play it, it's completely, even using the same words on the page, you can play it completely differently. Or maybe just say to them, play it furious at this point, or just, even if he knows it's not the way it's written, it just gives you a different perspective on it.
I'll continue writing whether people put my plays on or not, because I have to. I'm kind of, not obsessed is possibly the wrong word, but it's something that I really, really feel that I want to do and have to do.